What's good, guys? Your boy, Mr. Old School Ryder. Come back at you one more again on the Ryder's Book Club. I have a very special guest today, all the way from New York, but sometimes go to Charlotte, Carolina, of all places. I have my special guest, erotic urban author. I have Miss Kandie Marie. What's going on, Kandie?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Miss Lady. What about you?
I am good. Copacetic, all is well.
All right, Kandie, tell us about yourself for a little bit.
Oh, there's so much to know. So I am an urban fiction author. I am signed to Rockwell Williams Presents. Rockwell Williams is my publisher. She's also a great mentor to me. I have 19 books and counting. I am also an erotic poet, and I am the CEO and founder of the Candy Shop LLC. We host plethora of different pop-up shops to private parties to an after hours, and I have a great group of brand ambassadors, and I have a great group of dancers, which I call my Vitzes. Shout out to my Candy Shop family and my RWP family as well. So that's it. Oh, and I'm a mother.
Oh.
No drama. No.
Oh, come on now. See, there you go.
But I am a mommy. I have a soon-to-be 2-month-old baby girl. Her name is Neoshin. And she's named after the Oshira goddess Oshun. And then I have my son Javion. He is 6.
Okay. That's what's up right there. Wow. Congratulations on the 2-month-old.
Thank you.
The kids are precious out here. I guess she pretty much gonna take over the mantle when she get a little bit older, continue the legacy that you laid on the ground.
Listen, I'm grooming them. I'm trying to leave the legacy behind. And if the Lord blesses me with a husband, I'll have a few more to build the legacy with,
You never know. With this technology and everything, anything possible, It can happen now. You got to put your mind to it. Oh, I see Kanisha Wooten in the building. I don't know who that is, but shout out to
That
you as well.
that is one of my VIP vixens. She is also my recruitment manager. KSLLC in the motherfucker building and all of that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I know she's not gonna be quiet tonight. All right, we're gonna get rowdy up in here. No, just
Listen.
kidding. But tell us about the candy shop. We're gonna talk about everything else in a little bit. But what's the can? I know
So the
candy
candy
shop do
shop
a little bit of
LLC.
everything.
Well, so the candy shop is one of my business. It's one of my businesses. Me being an author is my other business. But the candy shop LLC will be 3 in April. I
Oh,
have a plethora of different events that we throw. Like this Saturday, we have the Twerk and Tease Me pop up shop, and then we also have the Play Den after that. Um, a lot of the events that I throw are very sexy, very, body loving, body positive. And for our after hours, it's just a real chill vibe. Of course, we have, my vixens come out and do their thing. I have vixens of all shape and size, all flavors. My brand ambassadors the same way. I'm all about body positivity, embracing your sexy, and being true to yourself. And so that's one thing that we do at the candy shop. And so all of our events center around different things. We do a lot of adult events, but we also do stuff for like family oriented and stuff for the kids as well.
oh wow, that's what's up. How did you get started doing this? I know it's like bam, like right now, but what made you do something like that?
So I used to do book signings. And then I was like, people was like, "Oh, do you do other type of events?" I was like, I ain't never really think about it. But then I was just like, you know what? I went to an event and it was like people just came and shopped and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I was like, let's do something different. And I was like, I'm going to do events where, not only do people get to come and shop with, local small businesses and black owned businesses in a whole, but they can come see some great entertainment or learn something. So like with the Twerk and Tease Me, I'll be doing some erotic poetry that night, but I'll also be doing a twerk off with the customers and the vendors and stuff like that. There'll be business there for people to shop with, and I'm going to do a twerk class. You guys follow her on Instagram. Um, and she'll be there doing a twerk fitness class. So it's the second year that we're doing this last. Super great turnout. It was super amazing, so much fun. And so, that's something that we do. Then we have the candy shop experience, which is a whole lot more here. We get a lot of BDSM in there. We get a little bit of burlesque in there, erotic poetry. We get some hip hop artists. It is what it is. And then, of course, after hours, something that I started, when people needed something to do during COVID, be safe. Let's still have fun. Like nobody wants to be up in the house all the time. So something that could be fun but safe. And of course, like I have dickers. Well, I call them vixens. My vixens range from all shapes, sizes, flavors, all of that. So they give you all you need and more.
All right, man. Woo, way. That's pretty. That's actually a good idea. Actually, you know, with my
You
with
know.
the Ryder's book club, that I'm pretty much. I'm supposed to have like. I'm trying to put like an event together for sometime next year in Atlanta, which I'm at right now. It's going to be a
Mm,
little. Some of the authors that's been on my show, they're going to sign their books and people going to talk. It's going to be a little
yeah,
bit of this and a little bit of that. I might need a little bit of help to kind of organize this thing a little bit.
I got you. Listen, and I do a vixen that too. Get ready to be in Atlanta probably once a month. So
Oh, oh, that's down the street for where you at. What's that like? What 6 hours?
no, it's like 3-4 hours from Charlotte.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We are kind of next door to it. Depends on which way you go. Okay, you're
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, you try to take me deep down in there. I ain't trying to go that far, Georgia.
I ain't trying to get. We talking like you in Virginia or something like that.
Listen, and I ain't never been to Virginia. Like people be like, "Oh, you been here?" I've been through it, but I've never been to it.
Hey, I got a question real quick. You sound choppy right now. Check your signal
You
right now if you don't mind on your phone. You kind of choppy.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there's some good stuff that we're talking about right now. We don't want to lose that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Dropping
All
juicy.
right.
Hello, Nicole.
So once a month, huh? Oh yeah, we got some man. Your crew pulling up in here too. What's going on, Alexandria, Nicole, and also Nawaza? I can't pronounce it, but she know who I'm talking about.
Oh, it's gay. It's so candy show gang happening.
Oh, she said,
They
"Hey, boo."
popping
She ain't
in.
talking about
I
me. She
love
talking about
y'all.
you over there, Nicole. Okay. All right. So, kind of tell us about the. Let's see which book we're gonna talk about today. Let's talk about. You know the one I want to talk about. Let's talk about that one.
What, Nympho Chronicle or
Yes.
Love Between Sheets? Nympho Chronicles?
Let's go with the Chronicles first.
Okay.
How did that one come about on that particular book?
So all of my book come to me off the top of my head, and I write so much like romantic shit or like street lit romance and stuff like that. I want it to be softer, just a little bit. And I also wanted to give the readers like a different side of me. 'Cause a lot of my readers have been with me since I was independent. So being with being with me this long, I've always wanted to have a little bit more taste of the side. Now, don't get on set scenes. My books be popping, okay? They be popping, but I needed to give them something a little bit soft to make them be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I wanna let me call my mate and be like, I just read this. Now I'm feeling some type of way. I need you to on that." So, so I wanted to do that, and so with Nympho Chronicles, it gives you, it gives you that softness, but also gives you, some really good umph that makes you like, mm, I wish they would do that to me, or oh, I want to go do that to them, type of thing. So, that's how that came about.
All right, it's all to the good. You know you did some of that stuff, but we ain't gonna put the blue cap on right now. We ain't gonna do it. It's all to the good. Yeah, these books are interesting reads and stuff like that. You got a pretty good range. I got to give it to you on now. So
Thank
if
you.
you, so which book is your favorite book actually that you wrote?
Oh, I hate when people ask me that question. Um, I would say my favorite book to date would be between Karma and Love Between the Sheets. And I only say that because Karma took me the longest to write, but I
Hmm.
was so in love with that character, and I took my time with her. And every time you read it, like every reader that has read the book, you go through a journey with Karma. You start with her at 6 years old, and then from 6 years old, she's like a grown ass woman, and you have walked through life, and like you're feeling all her emotions. You're feeling when she's sad, when she's angry, when she's killing against shit. You can feel. Yeah, Karma is like that. Like she's like personified, but she is so amazing, and I love it. And that's one of my favorite. And then Love 20 Sheets because it's the first edition of it's first edition like my short of my anthology series. So it's Love Between Sheets and then Nympho Chronicles. And I kind of was doing that as like a ode to Zane um when she dropped like purple penny and honey flavor and caramel flavor. I wanted to do an ode to her because Zane is one of my favorite authors. So between the two of them,
Oh, shout out to Zane as well. She one of the legends in this game.
yes, I
Like
love
for
her. Like
real.
if I was to ever meet her, I probably would like boo hoo cry because I never got to meet Toni Morrison. That's one of my other favorite authors. Like between them two, I would probably feel that day. But because rest in peace, Toni Morrison. Like when she passed away, that was a blow for me, and
Mm.
I just like cried and cried and cried. You would have thought that she was my auntie or something. The way I was crying,
I mean, it be
but
like
I
that
love them.
sometimes. You know, you're so attached to like a a particular person you may or may not have met, then when they pass away, it's just like,
Facts.
dang, I didn't get a chance to meet them.
Yeah, definitely. So it's good. Like Toni Morrison is one of the reasons why I decided to start writing, and she gave me the option. She made me look at the literary world in a different aspect. So not only did we get like history, but we also got a lot of adult shit in it too, where you have to sit back and think. You were like, damn, because my favorite book from Toni Morrison would be The Bluest Eye and 11. My favorite too. And a lot of people haven't read The Bluest Eye. So I say like really
Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Oh, wow, Tony. Dang, you brought that one all the way back, huh?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. That's the first book I actually read by her, and I loved it.
Oh, wow. So, how you go about dealing with writer's block whenever you're trying to write something whenever you get stuck? How do you go about going past that?
Oh man, I legit like a step away because right off the top of my head, and so when I'm writing, if my characters aren't talking to me, I get like I don't want to write it. Like, and I sit and I stare at my computer, and I try to force it. Excuse me, but then if it don't flow, it don't flow. So I step away until I feel like I'm comfortable. So when my characters start talking again, whether if it's the same book or a different book, that's when I start writing. Can't stop until they stop. I know that sounds like really, really crazy, but other authors that write off the top of their head, they will say the same thing. Like, listen, my characters are talking to me, it's flowing. I don't want to be disturbed. Like I'm in a zone. And once I'm in that zone, I'm in that zone. But when I'm not, I just step away, give myself time to refresh, clear my mind, however it may be. And then once it starts to flow again, that's when I go back.
Oh, that'll work right there. Pretty much authors deal with writer's block in a different way. I like that actually. That's not the first time I actually heard someone say, "Hey, my character's got to be talking to me." I felt that kind of
Hmm.
crazy back in the old days, and I'm kind of, as a recent, I'm thinking about like, what, that kind of actually makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, like definitely. Like the thing about especially my characters, because I've read about all different types of things, but when they start talking to me, I'll be like, okay. Like I could be in the shower and I'll be trying to remember what the fuck just happened in my fucking head, and I like pop out of the shower, or I'll grab my phone and start putting it in my notepad in my phone so that way I don't lose it, and then I can go from there. Because once I lose it, it's like I have to start all the way back over it. Whatever I had before may not be as good or maybe greater than what I had originally. It
Yeah,
sounds
if you
super
don't use
crazy,
it,
but
you're
that's
gonna
my
lose it.
process.
Yeah, you don't. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
That is
That is
true.
most definitely correct on that. So you saying you had one of those books that took like a very long time to write? Which one was that one that you was talking about?
Karma took me the longest to write. Karma and the series that I'm finishing now, the Bad Boy series. So the ATL Bad Boy series is taking me super long to write. It's a 3-part series, but it definitely is a lot more personal than my other books. So my son's father was taken unfortunately, and he's been gone for years. Rest in peace to God. That was my baby. That was my right hand. That was my fiance. That was my world.
Mm.
And he was taken from us really suddenly in a very tragic accident, and it was really hard to deal with. So one thing that my therapist, because it's okay for y'all to go to therapy, because people be thinking you can't go. It's good for you to go to therapy, especially when you don't know what to do with all the emotions that you're feeling. My therapist at the time, she told me to write write a book, and me and him had talked about writing a book about us and like how we love and all that went through and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I was like, that's something that we wanted to do together because he was good at writing too. And I was like, I don't want to do that. He was like, listen, I was like, I don't want to do it. So then, like, after he passed away, I needed to find a way to release how I was feeling everything that we had went that I was still dealing with and missing and things like that. And that's how I wrote the book. And granted, a lot of it, like, I had to twist of it because I didn't want people to really get too much information about me and his relationship in our lives and his life as well. But most of it is about us and it's very, very touchy. So that one's taking me a little bit longer to write, because I'm working on that 3 now. I just can't. Every time I get into it, I get super emotional and I start crying, so I stop. But then there's Karma, this long book that I have ever completely done, and it's a standalone. And like I said, you go on a journey with her. You go through her being 6 years old with just a mommy and, you know, a stepdaddy that's in and out, and then her dad pops back up in her life. And then you watch her go through high school. She's losing friends, the street. She's learning, you know, my father is really a G. Like, he out here chitty chitty bang bang niggas. He's singing that. Feel me? He's what he do. And then her mom gets sick and all of these things. You go through these things with her. Not only it's very, of course it's fiction, but you can relate to it in some type of way. Like, oh man, like if my mom got sick like that I would like that too. Like, or, you know, if I lost my daddy, this is how I would feel. You know, like, granted, I'm adopted, but my parents raised me all my life. I just turned 32 in August, and my parents raised me my whole entire life. So that's my family, those are my parents, and so if I was to lose them, that's how I would feel. So when I write my books, I write out of emotion and stuff, and so I like to make sure people can relate and be emotionally attached. You know, my readers do get a little antsy sometimes with me, like calling me at 5 o'clock in the morning, talking about why you make them do that. And
Oh Lord, you got.
that, or I wake up to DMs and text messages like, "So just finished that." Because sometimes they start saying people's names and I be forgetting because I got a bunch of characters. And like, I have one that was my books, and she called me 5 o'clock in the morning talking about why you let Sean dot that. I was like, who is Sean? I don't know a Sean. She was like, oh, so you don't know the people you wrote about? I was like,
Oh
oh,
Lord, God.
my bad, sis. My bad. It's 5 a.m. I'm not thinking about my damn book right now. But I love when my readers get attached to the characters like that and can feel yourself. So, you know, it's a catch-22.
It be
Good
like
and the
that
bad
sometimes when
sometimes.
you are, in your writings and with your characters and stuff like that. Just take a life of their own. A lot of people can relate to a lot of stories, and people get so wrapped up into it, especially like on TV and stuff like that. Like, man, like you just said before, they're hitting you up like, "Why you do that?" Like, "Oh, what's next?"
Oh
I'm
gosh,
like, "Come on,
please.
y'all."
I have I have people that do that now. I have one girl I had met when I started with my first publisher after like being a year independent. Her name is Coco. Shout out to Coco if you're watching or if you watch it
Shout
back.
out to Coco.
Um Man, definitely. Corinne P, her pen game is amazing too. She's one of my I would call her my pen sister, as you know, the literary world, you know, my fellow authors and authoresses. She's like a pen sister to me. She's like a sister to me, actually.
You
She
said what's her name again?
Her name is Corinne P. She signed to Marie Presents. So yeah,
I
she's super
see.
amazing. Marie was my first publisher. She's super dope. Um, she taught me a lot. Still does. Great mentor. Um, I should get like her. Her and Raquel are definitely super great at what they do, and I'm so blessed to have them in my life because they definitely pushing when it comes to this book shit. But also be on me like, where's the book? I'm like, I needed a mental break, or they're not flowing, and they'll be like, we want the book. We want the book. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You
Your
going to get
readers
the
are like,
book,
where's the book?
guys.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay.
You
So,
know, we always want more. You know, we want more, more, more. We
yeah,
just
y'all can
don't
be a
stop.
little pushy sometimes. The readers be a little pushy. We got lives too,
Hmm.
I'm a mother. No
Yeah,
drama.
no drama. You hear that, guys? She
I'm
said
super
no
silly.
drama.
No drama.
Allegedly, that's what they say. No drama. You got too much stuff to do to have drama right now. You got too much stuff going on to do that. Got
Literally.
too much.
Way too much.
All right, when let me ask you a question. What I know you was independent back in the past. What I think I might know the
Mm-hmm.
reason why you did it. I think, but what was the reason for you to go with a publisher this time around?
So the only reason why I went with the publisher is because independent, it was like, first of all, coming out of the markets, from covers to like editing and stuff like that. But then on top of that, I started getting the exposure that I want to get. And so when I first signed to a publisher, it was with Tia Marie. Again, shout out to her. Um, she read my book that I ended, and we took it off the shelf completely, so I could release it and finish the series out. Um, so we took my first two books off the shelf, and she was like, "I want you to write me something." So that's what Dysfunctional Love was born. I was okay. Well, let me, and I'm very big on my characters being, you know, of course, black or like me. I'm black and Dominican, so like either they're black or Latina or mixed, or just fully black, whatever. And they're educated. I'm very big on my characters being educated, especially from HBCUs. Because I'm an HBCU grad. Shout out to NCCU, Eagle Pride Amplified,
Okay.
class of 2012. Period. Okay. But
Oh Lord. Okay,
so
already,
so like
already.
so I like to make sure all of that is instilled in my characters. So that way, like, if somebody off the street is reading that shit, yeah, it might be some good shit. I'm hood as fuck. Like I'm like that. But at the same time, I'm really different because I've grown and I have this and I have children and I have to look at life completely different. But don't get it twisted. Jesus, not me. But that's I like my characters as well. So a lot of my characters are like that. So a dysfunctional love was born, and everybody was like, "Oh, somebody said you right, I can't." Um,
Oh
I'm
yeah, you know what?
sorry.
Actually, that was another book I wanted to ask you about, the dysfunctional book. Yeah, I was gonna. What
A
what was the
dysfunctional love.
inspiration for that one? You know, we Negroes we dysfunctional when it comes to love sometimes
I
for
mean,
some reason. No drama.
like I said, my characters just talk to me, and so we had a hard time with the type for that. But like, the book was just so dope, and it was so much like toxic shit happening. So, but I didn't want to use the word toxic. So I was like, instead
Hold
of
on, there you
toxic,
go.
let's. Hmm.
Dysfunctional. Not gonna say you cutting out on me. You choppy. That's all.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yeah, you're like you freezing up. I
Okay.
just want to make sure your signal is good. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
So with dysfunctional love, it was so that book is very toxic, and so I was like, what do we call it? So we gave it the title dysfunctional love, and just someone near me that's currently reading the book.
Mm.
I'm not gonna divulge it at that much, but just so that if you read a dysfunctional love, whether you get the paperback or you use your Kindle or whatever, just be prepared. If following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or anything, please finish both parts before you DM me. Then we can discuss the book because people get in their feelings like that first chapter takes you out. Like Sean and Jessica and Amanda. It's a love triangle, but it's not, and it's very, very toxic. And it keeps you like, but why? And it's like, but I want to know more. It does that to you. So it's like I draw you in immediately. So just buckle your seatbelts and prepare for a wild ride. You did.
Oh, yes, most definitely wild about that. So, what was the what surprised you the most about that particular book?
I think how I ended it and how twisted I made Amanda, because I originally was gonna her like that, but the way I was writing and how it was coming out, I had no choice. So I'm very surprised it come out that way, but I'm very happy at the result.
Yeah, you most definitely right about that to hear about Sean and Jessica. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, they them
What
down
the hell,
too.
Shawty Jessica? I'm
Why
done.
you doing them like that? What's up with them, man?
Sean and Sean and Jessica, they're like stars. They've been together forever, but Sean doesn't know how to keep his stuff to himself. Jessica, about I don't know. She
When you
a
say stuff to
little
yourself, what
slut
does that mean?
sometimes. He you know what I'm saying? Sean likes to be for the streets. He's like, okay,
It be like
he
that
belongs to
sometimes.
the
People for the streets and
streets.
some
He one of
people
them.
for the highway. Oh man, I hear you on that one. Golly, yeah, that yeah, everybody
I'm
love
sorry, say
those
that for
too.
me
Oh,
again.
they
I
love
can't
those
hear you.
too. Say what? Hey, what about now?
I mean, I can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, but yeah, they definitely, yeah, they're definitely very toxic and very special.
I mean, they'll get it together eventually. You know, we're gonna see about that.
I mean, they
We're gonna
do.
see.
They get it together a little bit,
They're gonna be all right.
a little bit. I'm thinking about bringing them for a part three or a spinoff. We shall see.
You shouldn't have said that. They finna.
I know everybody was read that's probably this is like a part three. I'm like, yeah. So I'm probably should.
She didn't say that, y'all. Don't even worry about it. All right, let's
You know,
we pretty
yeah.
much halfway point right now. So excuse me. So do you have anybody that's actually I just thought about it. How you go about being a candy shop person?
A Vincent or an ambassador?
Both. You know, some people might want to know in the back.
If you're interested in being a part of the candy shop, you don't have to stay in Charlotte. We are in the process of branching out, especially throughout North Carolina and Georgia, especially because we're going to be in Atlanta a lot. Um, they just need to DM me or one of the company pages, and I will send them to my recruitment manager, and my recruitment manager will talk to them about whatever position they're interested in. Excuse me, and they will go from there and provide them with all the details and what they want to do. And if they decide to be a shop, we'll put them in our little company group chat, and we'll, welcome them with open arms and get them prepared for what's going on, because we have a lot happening really fast. Because we'll be in Durham in November. We have a talent show next week. We have we have the Turkey Tease Me on Saturday. We have a Halloween pop up next weekend. I'm sorry, on Halloween weekend, and then we're supposed to do a trunk or treat for the kids on Halloween. So it's a lot happening very fast.
Oh, that's what I say. I see you giving it back to the kids. All right, that's cool, man. You know, the kids gotta get some of this too.
Listen,
God.
mommy got to
Oh
do
yeah.
it for the kids.
Two kids with no drama.
Always.
That's what's up right there. So let's try to kind of change gears here for a second. So what was your
Mm.
first car that you had in your life coming up?
The very first car I ever had was a Suzuki Forza And then like after it got totaled, I never touched it again. Or never touched a car again, I should say. Like I've drove other people's cars, but like I refuse to just buy another one. But my favorite car ever in the world, and that's because of my Uncle Jay who passed away. Um, he had every Cadillac ever to man. So like I grew up being like always wanted to be with him, and I was always in the Cadillac. So Cadillacs became my favorite car.
Oh yeah, we always got that one or two uncles or some type of male figure in the family. I always have a car that be so lit, and they big cars.
Like that Cadillac DeVille, that was my baby. And it was cherry red, had
Oh
the
man,
chrome rims. It was so pretty. And I always was like, oh, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one just like that. I always said
golly,
that.
that is all right. So, if you had a choice to get a particular car that you wanted to get besides a Cadillac, what car would it be, and why?
Mm.
I know
Eh.
you've been we on social media. I know you've seen a bunch of stuff on here.
Yeah, but like if you would have said like a purse or like hair or an outfit, you know, that's a little different. You said
I
a
mean,
car.
I mean, it's not
I
that
would
type of
have to
channel, unfortunately,
say,
but hey, we'll call you. Oh
um,
man.
I would say probably a Maybach because I think that's the only one that comes with the partition, and I love Beyonce, so I would want to like have tell the driver to roll up the partition, please, so I could fuck in the car while the driver was driving with the partition up. That would thrill me.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you better put some cardboard up there. Hey, call it a day. Yeah, those Maybachs are pretty nice. Especially the newer ones too. They ride real nice for what I see out here in Georgia. There's a bunch of them out here.
Literally, they are really really pretty. I like them, but I would want my like all black tinted windows. I need, like I said, I need the partition for those special nights, and then yeah, I need that. That's what I would need.
All right, you know what? Since you mentioned something else, what's your favorite outfit then? Let's go about that. Since you do have the candy shop.
Um, my favorite outfit would probably favorite outfit that I wear or that I would want to get, because right now I got a whole bunch in my Fashion Nova cart and from Ivy Park too, because I'm a whole Beehive member, so I got to support B. And she be selling out of stuff in my size a little bit too fast, and then when stuff come back, I'll be like, "Ooh, it's back!" So, do anything Ivy Park. I am very big on Fashion Nova. I'm really like trying to branch out into wearing more brighter colors because a lot of the colors in my closet are like blacks and nudes and whites and like neutral colors. Cause like I'm like, oh well, then I can mix and match them with anything. Because like you know, sometimes I just like to be dark and just wear nothing but black. Nothing's wrong. I just like to wear black. Makes life
Mm.
simpler. I don't have to worry about trying to figure out, oh, well, then I gotta get this color, this, and then no. If I get black and my outfit is all black, then I can wear whatever color shoe, whatever color purse. I can do whatever to my makeup, and I'm good. I don't have to feel like I have to color coordinate as much.
Yeah, if
It
you
makes my
wearing
life simpler.
black, if you wearing black all the way, if I see you with some black Air Force Ones, I'm not even gonna say, "Hey, what's up, girl?" I'm just gonna keep on walking by.
You know what? I don't have a black Air Forces, but I do have a black all black pair of Jordans, and then I'm like a sneakerhead to an extent, but I'm like not like a Jordan sneakerhead. Like I like all different types of sneakers, especially if they're comfortable. Like comfortable is everything to me.
Oh, that'll work right there. So, what type of advice would you give like inspiring authors if they want to start writing their first book?
I will tell anybody if you, because there's a difference between an author and a writer. Because I'm an author, but then you have writers. So you got to know if you're an author or a writer, because a writer does it for a check. An author, we love the check. Trust me, we love the check. But at the same time, this is something that we love. Like my heart and my soul go into each and every book. And if I don't like it, I'm not gonna write it. I'm not gonna release it. No, nothing. If I get a bad review, I'm a like
Oh.
I get like I'm very sensitive about my shit. Like, and so I tell anybody that wants to be like, oh, I want to write a book, regardless if it's self help or whatever. Why are you doing it? Know the purpose of why you want to do your first book. Because when I said that I was finally going to release my first book, I had been writing for forever. When I say
Mm.
writing for forever, I have notebooks upon of notebooks from me in middle school filled with
Mm.
poems and like little short stories and stuff like that. So I've been writing for a long time. Writing is something that I love. I love my characters talking to me. I enjoy the late nights with this shit. Like I enjoy it to a point of it's probably a little sickening, but I enjoy it to the point of if I could quit my job today and do nothing but write books all day, that's what I would. That's it. Write books, tours, and books, talk to people about my characters, let them keep calling me and DMing me all types in the night, talking about characters without being tired. I, that's because I love it. So if you're going to write a book, if you're going to publish a book, because it's not easy. It's really hard. You get really tired. Sometimes you get frustrated, and sometimes it's not. Everybody's not going to and not understand your characters, and you will get discouraged. Whether you're in the picture, whatever, you're get discouraged. Been in the game almost 5, 6 years now, and I still get discouraged. I step back and I'm like, damn, that right and you got down 10-star reviews, and I'm over here looking like how Sway because the book was trash. The reading is trash. Sometimes popularity over, you know what I'm saying? What's really good? Popularity over positivity.
Man, it
And
be like that sometimes. You know, the popular don't mean it's good all the time. You're right about that. But hey, you know,
but
people gonna do what they
people,
gonna do. You know.
yeah, and it'd be easy because I look at them and I be like, bro, that book was trash, yo. Like I can't even get past the first page. I'm
Mm.
read so like when I read books, I read other people's books and stuff. If I can't get past the first page, your book is trash. Like there could have been good parts in there, but if I can't get past the first page, the book is trash. Like,
You need to kind of hold on. Let me get on here real quick. You need to have a book and kind of do like this and just pick a page. It got to be good. Whatever page you pick, it need to be good. You do that a few times. I'm like, oh, this is
I
actually good.
might do
If you
that.
can't do that, if you can't pick any page out of the book is not good, hey, it is what it is, you know.
Listen, definitely. You'd be like, wait, what? Mm-mm.
I mean, it'll be just like their
Mm-mm.
it'll be just like their future slam dunking their book in the trash can emoji, you know. Just no, Oscar the Grouch. I mean, I read some stuff. I'm like, ooh, wait, well, y'all just threw some shit together, okay.
Literally.
I mean, people bought it
It's
because that
horrible.
person was popular.
Literally. It's
It be,
horrible. But I tell anybody, like, if you really love this shit and you really ready for this ride, do what you gonna do. But understand that it's not gonna be easy, and make sure that regardless if you're independent or with a publisher, that you have a great support system in this shit because being in this game is not easy. It's not. And you'll have other authors talking about you for no reason. Like keep your head above water, but also stay out the way. Like my head be above water to the point where I may know a little bit of what's going on in the literary world, but I'm also out the way. Don't nobody ever see my name unless it's about a book. It no drama. That's the key.
like Mary J. Blige say, no drama. All right, I haven't heard nothing bad about you so far. You know, hey, it's all good.
That's
I would
because
tell you.
I stay out the way. I don't be in people's mess.
I was telling some people stay out the way, get out of people's business, and drink your water. Sit your ass down. Oh yeah. By the way, we pretty much gonna end on that note. Thank you everybody for watching the Ryder's Book Club with Mr. Old School Ryder, and also Kandie Marie. Stay on after this.
Okay.
Shout out to the replay game as well, and we're gonna chop it up for a second, and we're over and we out, and stay right there, Kandie.
All right.
Hold on
Thanks,
1 second.
everybody. Thank you for having me. Much love.